Alright guys, welcome to the 19th episode of Below the Bar.
In this episode, expect to find out how our trip took a turn for the better in Prague, why German culture is overrated,
And what we thought of Hamburg's infamous 4 floors of whores.
let's get into it. Hello, and
Welcome back.
to the third and final travel podcast.
Yeah.
And we've got absolutely nothing left.
Yeah, we've finished basically.
Yeah, this is going to be a real test of my bandwidth.
Yeah, and to be fair, your levels of offence.
Yeah, so quick disclaimer before we even start. There's probably going to be quite a lot of crude sexual imagery in this podcast.
Violent sexual imagery.
Violent sexual imagery, because we have
very
absolutely
little filter
we have
now.
no filter left after 3 weeks of basically just boozing and only being in each other's company.
Yeah, we exist pretty much in our own echo chamber anyway.
Yeah.
But we've done that exclusively this last 2 weeks.
We've doubled down on it. I'm wearing Oakleys to mask the fact that I have a 2-week hangover.
Yeah, it's not sunny by the way. I don't know if you can tell. The sun is nowhere to be seen. But you sat here in Oakleys. That's good.
Yeah, well, they're my latest purchase, aren't they? Because I'm vacuous and my rig's now washed. This is my entire personality, so I've got to double down on it.
True. Yeah, well, I've had mine a few weeks. So mine have lost their appeal. Regression to the mean.
Yeah, so let's do some quick housekeeping then.
We've got a lot of housekeeping.
We're
strap in
for some serious podcast admin.
Yeah.
We're currently sat in what can only be described as a very kraut park. So we're in Hamburg, we're flying home tomorrow. We've reached the end of the trip.
Yeah, and the end of our patience.
So
Simultaneously.
we left you last time, stranded
on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Stranded on a platform in Prague. Since then we've
in Munich.
Oh yeah, well in between, on the way from Munich to Prague.
Yeah.
We've then since done. Where have we been? Can't even remember.
Prague, Berlin, Hamburg.
Yeah, so in this episode we'll cover Prague, Berlin, and Hamburg.
Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss.
This will be quite a rambling episode as well. When we get home and we've decompressed, we're going to do a proper thought through, structured kind of travel overview, aren't we?
We're going to do lessons from the trip, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to put together some learnings that we've had across the last 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, because these episodes now aren't coherent enough, really, are they? This is just us rambling.
No.
Just talking shit.
Well, exactly, and just reviewing the fucking latest bits. But we're going to use our normal structure. So helmet of the week first.
Helmet of the week.
Is toilet attendants, specifically in European countries.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead a bit here. This came to the fore in Hamburg, didn't it?
Oh yeah, last night really.
There's a weird culture in Germany whereby even in like clubs or shops, you have to pay for a piss basically.
It's like €1 or 50 cents or whatever. But
it's not even like patrons don't even get the pisser for free.
No, they're doing like Starbucks and that.
But they normally give you a door code.
Yeah, it's meant.
They've put a urinal behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, that is the culture. It's not even the fucking money, right? It's the fact they never take card or contactless or anything. So it just leaves you with, obviously you've got no cash because no one carries cash anymore.
Yeah.
And so it leaves you in a bit of a fucking limbo.
Well,
you end up just pissing in the street.
And it's not like in the UK where you have like lucky men in clubs. Like these toilet attendants are normally like middle-aged women. And if you try and just walk past them without giving them 50 cents or whatever, they will berate you and manhandle you.
They literally assaulted me yesterday, which is good.
Yeah.
I tried to fucking chin her off.
I've just put €50 behind the bar.
Yeah.
And you've got a fucking qualm with me because I'm not.
She stood in my way. They're trying to get to the pisser, and I'm desperate at this point. I've broken the seal, and I just try and brush her aside, and she fucking pure almost double legs me.
Yeah, that was entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and I just told her to fuck off.
And she went. Okay, this time, let you through. and then we proceeded to do it about 4 times.
Yeah.
And she gave up in the end, which is good because that means I won.
Well, yeah, we definitely won that exchange. But it's just an annoying, unnecessary thing. And what's the point? in 50 cents. I know it probably add up, to be fair, over the course of the night, but...
Well, I could get on board with it if it meant the quality of the toilets were better, but they're just still shit.
Or they added something, like the Lucky Men do.
Yeah.
Give you no spray, no
It's
lay.
just shit.
Yeah, they're not adding anything. They're there effectively as like a fucking bouncer to the toilet, which is mental.
Yeah, well, so that's the helmet of the week out the way anyway. We jumped forward a bit there, but basically... Completely...
Let's go back a bit, because I think helmet of the week should just be German toilet admin.
Yeah, just generally.
Yeah, because it's fucking bollocks.
It is shit.
Because it's not just the clubs, which is annoying, because it's in the form of old women stopping you getting.
Train station toilets have been shit. They're the worst, because they're automated as well. So you don't even have a human to deal with there.
I know, that's what I mean. You just left it like
it's a barrier system.
Like
you
your
just...
wit's end. Yes, it's barrier system, so if you don't have any cash, you just can't have a piss.
Yeah.
Brilliant. How's that even fucking plausible? Who's looked at that and thought, yeah, this is a great idea?
It's and the amount of like their conversion rate is about 10%, because the amount of tourists that will go not be able to figure out the machine and then just fuck off is astronomical. Because I bear witness that.
Yeah, and I've been one of them.
Yeah, and I was also one of them.
And also, it just creates an unnecessary queue. Normally, what you get with toilets is women's toilets is a massive queue. Men's toilets is fuck all queue.
Yeah.
In this instance, there's a queue fucking just completely out the door for no reason. Everyone's at the front trying to figure out the machine.
Everyone's queuing. Everyone's been seen off.
Yeah. So no winner really.
No.
Apart from the German government, which gets probably a bit of kickback for that.
Yeah. So there you have it. Helmet of the week. German toilet admin.
Yeah.
A bit of a Sappuccino start to the podcast. We'll pick things up now.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll do this chronologically then. We'll start in Prague, where we left off, because we promised you a cliffhanger, so we'll deliver.
Not quite. Yeah, we're not quite in Prague yet.
No, we're not quite in Prague. So I think we left off where we just discovered that fucking Jumping Jack Flash had launched himself onto the train line.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Thus rendering our train cancelled.
Yeah, we figured out we're very good at giving people nicknames this trip.
Yeah, that's one of my hidden talents.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Jumping Jack Flash had got on the railway and got in our way, really.
Yeah, well, he fucking got in. I had a Destiny.
Yeah.
A date with Destiny in Prague, and I thought he was going to see us off.
Turns out we had a date with a different Destiny.
Yeah. Two German women.
Two German Destinies. But yeah, it was.
Anyway, I don't possess the bandwidth currently to dress this up with all the bells and whistles of a normal story. So to cut a long story short, we were stranded on a train platform in the arse end of nowhere, somewhere in Bavaria.
Yeah.
Everyone was absolutely threaders.
Everyone had just figured out that
the
train was either cancelled or it was gonna be.
Yeah. So it was like the fall of fucking Saigon, wasn't it? Everyone was just panicking. Everyone was trying to book coaches. Basically,
we were looking at renting cars.
Yeah, we were on Enterprise trying to rent a car for like €600 for 8 hours.
I hate having no control over situations, and in that situation, I had literally no control.
Yeah.
Didn't know where we were. The place was shit. Like there was no coffee shops.
There was no. You couldn't even be productive. Like there was no coffee shops. There was no gym.
And so I was like, that's where my chimp is.
Yeah, Steve didn't like that at all.
Anyway, and so the next lot of trains that came through offloaded their passengers onto the...
Yeah, so there's more and more people are just now being deposited onto this train platform, which is already overcrowded. It's
about 32 degrees.
We're about 10 minutes away from just wrapping, basically.
I don't know what we'd have done, mate. But anyway, we got our arses saved, basically.
Yeah, so the theme of last week's podcast was we'd been compounding L's, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Nothing was going our way. And randomly out of nowhere, stood on this train platform.
Well, this looked to just go with the same trend, didn't it?
We thought, this is the ultimate L now. Yeah. This is mission over.
Yeah, this is mission over. But we picked up. Well,
yes. So
we got picked up
out of nowhere. Two German girls randomly said, "Do you want to lift to Prague with my nan?"
Yeah,
and that is genuinely how it went.
Genuinely how it happened.
No hello.
No.
Nothing. Like never seen them before.
English. Yes.
Yes.
Prague?
Yes.
do you want to lift? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Right, how much? 18 euros. Right, I mean...
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because I was just staring down the barrel of a £600 rental car, so...
Yeah, so you've done me a massive...
You've done me a little bit of a favour there. The fact as well, I loved it, the fact that it was 18 euros, so specific.
Yeah,
Her nan had worked out exactly how much petrol she'd need. She's gone, I need 36 euros. Sweet.
So basically, these two girls were like semi-local, weren't they?
They were from Bavaria.
They were from Bavaria, and they were going for a weekend piss up in Prague, effectively. It's the equivalent of us
They were going to party.
Yeah, do you like to party?
we figured out as well.
Which we learned later on.
I quite like the fact that Europeans, specifically European women, use
very blunt language.
Use the word party instead of like going out or
but
whatever.
It's a very literal. They're like Germany's a very literal language, isn't it?
So when they
speak in English, it's also very literal.
It's brilliant. It's
because they call a spade a spade. Yeah. There's no euphemisms or idioms going on.
I know, but the problem is we speak almost entirely in idioms and euphemisms. So when we're trying to converse with them, it's quite difficult. But anyway.
But yeah, anyway, so we're now on the way to Prague in a stranger's Beamer. Two girls that we've just met.
They could have been taking us anywhere, but luckily they were trustworthy.
So we couldn't believe our luck, to be honest.
Yeah, it was mental.
Because I was expecting, oh god, we're going to be in the back of like a tiny fucking Citroen 2CV or something.
And it just kept getting better.
She pulls up in this fucking like
brand new 4x4.
Brand new 4x4 Beamer. I don't know the model because I'm not a fucking car hat, but basically it's like the most quintessential German car.
Yeah.
So we're cruising on the autobahn.
On the
autobahn at about 100 all the way to Prague.
It's class, mate.
Unbelievable.
And then we got the news, which just compounded our W even more. That this bird turned around basically and was like, "Oh, I've just checked the trains. It's going to get in at 8. So it's about 2 p.m. at that time, right? Something like that. The train that we were supposed to get on would have got to that station at 8 p.m. and got to Prague 7 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, so if they hadn't plucked us out of thin air and offered us a lift, we would have still been on that station platform
for a good 6 hours more.
Yeah.
And then we would have been on a train for another 11 hours. Which is unbelievable. Because how it actually turned out was...
Right. Who's this fucking hat? I'm trying to record a podcast here.
How it actually turned out was we got to Prague in fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, that was so...
And it was door-to-door service. So
yes.
I was expecting... So their apartment or their hotel or whatever was 2 kilometres from where we were staying. They asked us where we were staying. I was expecting them to drop them off at their gaff and then just leave us to fend for ourselves.
Yeah, and we just walk to
the which would have been sound
point.
And they were like, where's your hotel? Got the maps up. We're going around in circles trying to figure out Prague inner city roads.
Yeah.
And then dropped us directly outside our hostel. It was fucking unbelievable.
It was class. Yeah.
Shout out to her nan, by the way. What a legend.
Yeah, and that set the tone for Prague, really, didn't it? Prague is a fucking great place.
Yeah.
And absolutely superb.
And they were proper trusting even. So they were
because we didn't pay them immediately.
No, they were like, do you want to pay us now, or do you want to meet us later and pay them?
Yeah, so I'm not going to turn that down.
Oh, yeah, on to the next part of the story.
Yeah, so we then fucking do some basic hostel admin, get bedded down.
Make ourselves finished, as they said.
Yeah, again, another great literal translation. Yeah. Their equivalent of getting ready is we make ourselves finished.
That's class, that is.
We go to a hotel, make ourselves finished, and meet later.
It's great, that is.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of this, by the way.
This is great. That was a fucking weird night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good there, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we met them.
We met them.
He's necking with them. And this is where the wheels fall off.
This is where we pulled the pin.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, so we went... Where did we even go? We were just drinking with them all night,
we went to a cocktail bar. They dragged us to it.
Yeah, we went to the most expensive cocktail bar in Prague, where a round of 4 drinks from our came to 160 euros that we split between us. We're like, don't worry girls, we'll get this one. And I was expecting it to be fucking 40 euros or something.
85 each,
sound mate, for those fucking...
For those shit fucking overpriced.
25 fucking centilitres of ogging that I've just paid for.
Yeah, that was absolutely absurd. But you've skated over a little bit, because before that bill came, the wheels really did fall off.
In your case. I got sexually assaulted, and you know that.
And you do know that.
And you do know that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the photo.
There's a photo which we'll overlay here.
We will overlay it here.
Because it's fucking fabulous.
Yeah, so if you're not watching, then I do urge you to watch, because there's some great photos of this night out.
Oh, it's unbelievable. We'll actually just put them all in, because they're brilliant.
Yeah, so basically we paired off with these birds, didn't we?
Yeah, we broke down into pairs.
We paired off. What was mine called? Julia. It's Julia, basically, the English equivalent.
Julia and Yana, so if you're listening, shout out.
I doubt that, yeah, they're definitely not listening.
They might be. Never know.
We have accumulated quite a lot of female listeners over this trip, because we just forced the podcast on people.
Yeah, true.
As we've been out.
It's a good marketing strategy, to be fair.
Yeah, basically we paired off. Mine was, for lack of a better term, very keen.
Very, very keen.
Yeah.
Almost too keen, really. Well,
yeah, it put me off.
She downed 2 fucking cocktails in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So she was absolutely
That was an ick, actually, that was. Because she was giving it the big one about how fucking people in Bavaria start drinking basically from birth.
Yeah.
And she had 2 cocktails and she was rat arse, lad.
Yeah, she was unworkable.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous. Unworkable, lad.
Not malleable.
And yeah, so she was basically mounting Eddie in the middle of a...
Which is what you want, really.
In the middle of a cocktail bar at about 8:30.
To the extent, right, where the bouncer actually came over and went, "Can you calm down a bit? It's getting a bit fucking too much here."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like, he was like, this is too much.
This is too much.
I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not going to fucking drag her off.
She's sucking the life out of my neck.
Yeah,
like a
she's
Death Eater. Trust me.
But yeah, mine was a little bit nicer in terms of she wasn't absolutely rat-arsed. And it actually took a slight bit of graft to initiate.
Yeah, and yours also had a boyfriend, so that's good.
Apparently so, yeah. Well, that becomes a theme again.
Yeah,
we'll unpack that later on.
But German,
No, I don't. This is the worrying thing.
European grasp of boyfriend is very different to the UK, or is it?
I don't think it is. This is the worrying thing.
Because there's no hard and...
Lads, listen up.
It would appear there are no hard and fast rules if you've got a fella when you're out with the girls.
Lads, listening.
They still seem very keen from what I've experienced.
It's not looking good for
the
sanctity of relationships.
No, it's really not.
Because pretty much every single girl I've spoken to this trip, I've gone, "Have you got a boyfriend?" They've gone, "Yes," and then they've proceeded to kick on anyway.
Yeah.
Which is fucking worried. But Yana, the one from the story, she told me she didn't have a boyfriend.
Yeah, it's all lies, isn't it? It's all smoke and mirrors. You don't know.
You never know. But to my knowledge, she was single, so I cracked on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where can we tell.
Where can we take this?
How far can we go?
We might have to tick the explicit.
For this episode.
For this one, yeah.
Well, how can I put this? Well, you have to leave this to your own imagination. The night effectively culminated in a mutual high five in a hotel room somewhere in Prague.
Yeah, and then
mine lost a red. Mine fully lost a red.
Are we going to tell the listeners why?
Yeah. No, you've got it. It's funny, innit? It's good crack. Everyone knows anyway.
Fair one, yeah. Do you want to do the honours?
No, I'll let you. It's funny when it comes from you.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you're aware. If you're a new listener, you're going to be treated here. So Eddie, when he's had a drink, can't get it up.
Yeah, and this is common knowledge now.
This is common knowledge.
All the lads know this.
I'm assuming he's fine when he's sober.
It's just an inside joke, isn't it?
Yeah. So
we knew this.
Yeah. So what he does when the night does culminate, he makes it about them. Makes it about them.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
And upon doing so, she was very keen to take it to the next level. She wanted, she wanted the whole shebang. So obviously Eddie couldn't deliver that.
And I was very upfront about that.
Yeah, but
almost I was too nonchalant about it, which I think which it almost came across like I was like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, and then I think that's how.
And obviously there was a language barrier as well.
Yeah, and she was probably not all there at that point.
No, I've never witnessed. That was a very demonic night, actually.
And then she stormed out mid bag off. Basically.
This is their hotel room, by the way.
Yeah, she stormed out of
her own hotel room.
Slammed the door, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Like fully. Was she Billy Bollock?
No, I don't think so.
She collected herself enough to put her fucking clothes on.
Yeah, but she wasn't happy anyway. So
that was weird.
That was a very weird
I need
experience.
therapy to unpack that.
Well, this is what we're doing, I reckon. This is part of that. Take your fucking phone on silent, you hat.
What is it? It is my actual phone, isn't it?
But yeah, so that was the night. Started with, well, the day effectively started with a huge delay that we would have probably written us off and ruined the trip, and turned into a massive W. So
and it ended in a high five.
Yeah, a good little high five.
That's wholesome, isn't it?
That's really wholesome. So that was the start of Prague. So it started well, really.
Yeah, it's been quite sexually orientated, the start of this episode. We should sprinkle in something else, I think. What else did we do in Prague? Oh, Prague effectively consisted of drinking / birds, shooting, and football.
Wow, yeah.
What
Prague
a weekend
was
that is.
unbelievable, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was.
When you think about it.
Yours chimp loved that, didn't he? We need to address this, actually. We're not
Are we going to cover the chimp?
Yeah, the chimp.
The chimp and the macaque.
Yeah, the chimp and the macaque dynamic that we've learned
if
we
you
operate by.
If you haven't read The Chimp Paradox by
Steve Peters,
then go and read it because it's really good. But this is where this premise kind of originated.
Yeah, it's the idea that kind of the human brain is divided into the human and the chimp.
And the computer.
And the idea being that kind of when you're impulsive and you think with your emotion, your chimp is at the wheel.
Yeah.
And as this holiday's gone on, our chimp has had, or my macaque has had more and more control over our brains.
Yeah, because when you're on a hangover, as you know, you probably, you're more emotional, you're more emotionally driven, you're a lot more impulsive, or I am anyway. And so that means the chimp's very much got at the wheel.
Yeah, so we've discovered that your chimp is very much in control of you a lot of the time, whereas mine less so, to the extent where he's almost absent.
Yeah, and so you don't have a chimp.
So I don't have a chimp.
Chimps are quite active.
So we've reworked the theory. I actually have a macaque.
A macaque monkey.
He's kind of like just sitting on his arse, not doing a lot.
Thumb up bum, innit?
Whereas yours, he's kind of like very.
Mine's very active. ADHD chimp.
Yeah, he's horny basically.
He's got the horn.
And we've called him Steve again.
Yeah.
We've given him a
named
name
after Steve Peters.
Yeah.
So
after
we've given him the credit he deserves there.
Named after the creator.
And we've given yours Maurice.
Maurice, like the not. So if you're familiar with the film Madagascar, you'll know Maurice. He's like King Julian's sidekick.
I'm scared of this, by the way.
We do have
huge.
We have a fucking seagull dangerously close to camera right now, and he looks like he's got fucking. He's chosen violence, hasn't he, today? Right, so you're gonna fight him. So you're going to fight a seagull live on air and you know that. He's coming.
Jen, this is glopping.
He's coming.
I'm scared.
For audio listeners, we're now staring out a seagull. He was about 6 foot.
I'm actually scared. What's he been fucking eating?
He's
huge. Why are kraut seagulls so scary?
Kraut seagulls?
Oh my god.
We've also developed quite a bad habit of referring to everything in Germany as kraut, which probably isn't.
We've just discovered is derogatory.
It's not the politically correct term, is it? We should probably say Germans, but it's become a bit of a bad habit. So
he's coming.
He's coming for you. Fuck off, you little beady-eyed fuck, as Will Mackenzie would say.
This is a test of our. Fuck.
He's coming round. He's flanked us. He's flanked us.
This won't make any sense to audio listeners, but I'm now extremely terrified and lost where I am. What are we on about?
The back.
He's flanked
fucked off.
Fuck him.
Okay. I'll launch mementos at him if he comes any close.
Anyway, what were we saying? What were we on about? Prague. Oh yeah, Prague being hoofing.
Yeah,
we explained the chimps. That's what we're doing.
Oh yeah, we're explaining the chimp paradox. Yeah, so my macaque is very much like Maurice from Madagascar. He's kind of like Mardy.
Yeah.
Very dour. Whereas yours is basically King Julian.
Yeah.
Look at me, Maurice.
So when my human or computer isn't at the wheel, my chimp takes over because he's active.
Yeah,
and
this normally happens.
Your human or computer isn't at the wheel.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
There's no one, so I just drift, don't I?
You just check out, which happened yesterday. I've never seen anything like it.
I had a head loss yesterday, didn't I?
Well, he still is fucking circling us now like a raven. Anyway, so Prague was fucking amazing because, yeah, like you say, my chimp loves everything that's like, I don't know what you say.
Yeah. Well, the chimp paradox basically is the prism that we now see everything through, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. It's changed our view on the world.
But yeah, so when you have a drink, Steve is at the wheel very much so.
Yeah, my computer just checks out, doesn't it?
Yeah, your computer checks out almost immediately. Yeah. Steve takes the wheel and that normally ends badly.
Well, not that badly sometimes. Sometimes, I don't know, the chimp still has standards and bearings.
Yeah, he does.
He's
to a certain extent. He's very impulsive though.
He doesn't completely. Yeah, he is. His action threshold is pretty low.
So on a night out, it takes a lot longer for my human/computer to check out.
Yeah. But
whereas after one wet, Steve's already in, isn't he?
Yeah.
In your gaff.
In my gaff. Yeah, Steve's bragging. He loves a drink, basically. Anyway, but yeah, so we had the Friday in with the obvious, and Saturday we went shooting, which was fucking class.
I highly recommend that, actually, the Ranger shooting range in Prague.
Yeah,
that was
fucking
really unreal, wasn't it?
It was a good experience. Definitely worth the money. It's good because it was your first shooting experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite good.
And I've now decided I'm going to join a fucking shooting club when I get home, so that's good.
It's very on brand for you, that, I think.
Yeah. Don't join the military, join a noisy shooting club.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can fucking...
And you'll be doing like military enactments when you're older.
Yeah. So true. Like really noisy ones.
Yeah.
You have to wear all the right uniforms from the right year. It's wrong because that kit hadn't been issued by then.
Yeah, true. That piece of technology wasn't out then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Prague. I guess that was an overview.
Prague's a big tick. We've got to cover
the Czechs, haven't we?
Yeah. This
is unreal, boys. By the way.
Go to Prague and you will walk around with your jaw on the pavement constantly.
It's crazy.
Because there are so many attractive females.
I've never seen anything like it in terms of a standard.
It's they're also amenable as well.
Also
like
nice.
Everyone is so nice.
Yeah,
they all want to talk to you.
We're going to live in Prague, you know.
Yeah, so basically we're moving to Prague, you do know that. Yeah, of all the places we visited, Prague is the most livable.
Yeah, so it's what, Slav, isn't it? Culture?
Slavic, historically,
okay.
I think, yeah. The Slavic
so we've
people.
discovered that we're not a massive fans of the Germanic culture.
No, it doesn't really align with our value system, does it?
No, I don't really know, I can't really put my finger on why. But everywhere we've been basically is Germanic.
Yeah, so basically Austria and Germany.
Yeah.
Just brushed us up the wrong way, hasn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't been I don't know, it's weird. But then the two Slavic places have both been really good, so is Buda Slavic?
Nah, I don't know what the origins of Hungarian. I think it is its own.
Is it? Yeah, okay.
Kind of ethnic people.
Anyway, we had better experiences there, I think. But yeah, and that was pretty much Prague. Prague was just a very, very on-brand weekend for me.
Prague was just a massive W. I mean, we could just do an episode entirely on Prague, but we're kind of meandering now, so we need to move on
chronologically, don't we? So
let's try and unpack as concisely as possible Berlin, because it's a fucking weird place, isn't it?
It's fucking.
It's not necessarily a bad place.
No, it depends what you go there for.
Yeah.
Because if you go there to go on a night out, for me, it's bollocks.
It's not for us, is it? The Berlin nightlife.
Load of shit.
Yeah. But like, Berlin is great for loads of things. Like if you're history nors, you can't really beat Berlin because it was at the centre of kind of the world stage for the best part of like the last century, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you're like a World War II nors as well,
or a Cold War,
unbelievable. He's coming back, the fucker. Anyway,
and it's a really interesting place. Like,
I think it's awesome. It's lovely as well. Like it's really, it's actually a really nice place to cycle around and walk around and whatever. There's all nice coffee shops and restaurants and stuff. It's really nice for all of that kind of stuff, like a bit of a wholesome vibe.
Yeah, it's just.
But when you want to send it,
it's just the nightlife really that's a bit hard to get your head around if you're used to kind of UK nightlife culture.
Even I don't know, because some people would love that.
True. Basically, it's very kind of techno orientated.
Yeah.
But not techno that we know in the UK, like minimal tech. Like almost, it's just basically a drum beat.
Yeah, and there's people pretending to enjoy themselves.
Yeah. It's very pretentious, isn't it? It's kind of like, it's very elitist.
So
there's a lot of gatekeeping involved.
Yeah.
All the things that we can't...
You have to dress the right way.
Yeah, it's all the things we can't get on board with, really. All the things we say we hate.
Yeah, and which was kind of exemplified in that club we went to, which was fucking terrible.
Which was called Tresor.
Yeah.
Or Tresor, which is right next to the Kit Kat Club, which is
a world-renowned
kind of sex club again, which is kind of notoriously hard to get into for Brits.
You have to
in the same way that Berghain is.
Don't you?
Yeah, it's a sex club, so you literally basically, if you're from the UK and you want to get in, you have to dig out even more so to prove that you're fucking worthy. So you basically have to go in like bondage gear, don't you?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're going like a ball.
But then birds, right, as long as they've got a bit about them, can just take their kit off.
Yeah.
Like you just go in your pants.
Remove an item of clothes.
Yeah, but lads, because like obviously they fucking want to make it harder for lads to get in because they don't want you there, basically.
Yeah.
You have to full on dig out, don't you?
I would have liked to see what it was like in there.
Yeah, it's like a fly on the wall.
Weird place though, but even that, because that main club we went to was, because it's like all the rejects, people who don't get into that trestle, don't get into Kit Kat, go round the corner to trestle.
I mean, I'll say it again. If I had to describe Berlin nightlife in a word, it would be demonic.
Oh yeah, it's
very
great word,
it's very intense, isn't it?
It's super intense, and it's just like, it was the moment the penny dropped for me. I was like trying, because as I always do, Steve, the chimp,
yeah.
always tries to fucking kick on. He's always optimistic.
He is, yeah.
Always going. But as soon as you said, no one here is enjoying themselves, I looked around and I thought, you're fucking right, you know.
Yeah, so this is a good kind of exemplification of the dynamic we were just on about. So Maurice was fucking more tuned in at this point. So Steve's at your wheel. We're in Trestle, right? Steve's very much at your wheel. Because Maurice is sat on his arse, my computer's still...
Well,
my computer human's
you were very much in love.
All right.
You were very much... I mean, Maurice was... He had his ears pricked up anyway.
Oh, what was that rooftop bar we went to before Trestle? Because that is actually something I would recommend.
Was it Soho House?
Nah, but I forgot what it's called, but it's renowned. You'll find it on TikTok if you put in Berlin kind of rooftop bar. It's literally on top of a shopping centre and a multi-storey car park.
But it is really, really good.
It's class. It's a weird aesthetic. It's all kind of like wooden pallety vibes. It's all cladded. But
that's where we went first, isn't it?
Yeah, we met these Australian birds.
Fell in love.
And I immediately proceeded to fall in love with one of them.
Yeah.
She was sensational.
Hard not to, innit, really?
Yeah. I think my life would have peaked that night if they hadn't chinned us off.
But it actually plummeted.
Yeah, another bird with a boyfriend as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
always the ones I fucking crack on with are always single.
I know.
And then you ask the obvious, and it's no, I've got a boyfriend.
But then it doesn't seem to make.
But then half the time they still crack on anyway, which is mental.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't, because again, when you said no one's enjoying, I looked around, I was like, no one is enjoying themselves here.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I don't know, trying to act like they're having a good time.
Yeah, basically, after the high of falling in love at that rooftop bar, my human had fucking got his act together a bit in that trestle, because it was very demonic. More so than you. So I was actually looking around watching, like people watching, and I was like, no one's actually enjoying themselves here. No. They're just here because they think that they should be here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the thought mentality, like herd mentality, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Alright, so Seagull's back in. Is he going to peck the camera?
He's going to get into shot here.
I so hope he's just walking across the bottom of the screen.
Brilliant. But yeah, so Berlin nightlife, not for me. We gave it one night basically, didn't we, and fucked it off.
Yeah, so the idea of Berlin is that it was going to be a bit of a detox or a buffer to the rest of the holiday.
Yeah.
And we did treat it like that. Like, we got a fair bit of work done. We did some cultural stuff.
Yeah.
I recommend the Topography of Terror as well if you do want a decent kind of museum or something to do in Berlin. It's very, very sombre, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really.
It's basically about how the Holocaust was kind of orchestrated and designed.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. But it's not gonna put you in a good mood.
No, but it is definitely worth doing. Yeah, but that's Berlin basically.
Yeah, I guess the gym situation the first day.
Oh yeah, well, we're gonna go into that. I mean, it's just fucking. That's more sappuccino.
That's more sapping. Berlin was really good. Bar that night out, which just wasn't for us, I don't think. And then we chinned that off. Walked back with Paddy McGuinness, and then.
Fucking hell, yeah, fucking. Yeah,
it wasn't actually Paddy McGuinness, by the way.
Fucking Jerry Adams. I've got a really bad habit of calling anyone Irish I meet a member of the IRA. And he's going to get me punched one day.
That isn't a good habit.
He isn't, no. Especially given the fucking political sensitivity of the issue.
Yeah, it was quite a good thing that she had no idea what you're on about. So.
Yeah, that's good. That's another thing that I've learned. It's fine if you're chatting shit to birds in Europe because they can't understand my accent anyway. So.
True. So you having shit chat doesn't matter.
Yes, I might as well be speaking fucking Mandarin.
So yeah, that was Berlin, and then we went from there to here, which is Hamburg, which was the smoothest travel day, to be honest, because we've been dicked about with travel days a bit, but this was sound.
Yeah, it turns
like
out
an hour and a half down the road.
Yeah, it turns out the Deutschbahn in northern Germany has still got its shit squared away,
Yeah,
unlike the rest of the country.
It would appear so, yeah. But yeah, we arrived in Hamburg. We were aware it was going to be a bit more of a heavy one, weren't we?
Yeah, so that was the whole idea of Berlin was a bit of taking our foot off the gas. We just dipped our toe in the water the one night, knowing that when we got to Hamburg, it was going to be very much kind of like stag do, 3-day bender kind of vibes.
In the Reeperbahn.
In the Reeperbahn.
Yeah, so if you've not been to Hamburg before, there's a place called the Reeperbahn, which is like the strip.
It all centres around the Reeperbahn, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's really strange. It's the red light district and the club strip in one.
It's a demonic place. I'll use the word again.
Yeah, it's crazy, really. Everything's legal, well, everything sex related is legal.
Yeah. Well, so the best thing to liken it to is the red light district in Amsterdam. It's like that on a bigger scale,
with
really,
clubs,
isn't it?
With like.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an assault on the senses, really.
It is sensory
especially if you get
overload.
like sensory overload, like I do. It's a lot to take in.
I bet. You can also smoke in clubs, which is weird, like indoors.
Yeah, so everyone's just fucking
tabbing
away. Which
A bit jarring.
But when in Rome, I guess.
But it's a weird experience, but it's unique, isn't it? But you're walking around, and basically half the time when you're walking not round the main strip, but like down the other roads, you're getting pulled at by these pimps who want you to come in their fucking brothel, basically.
Yeah, and bag off all their women.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
There's
gist
a place
of it,
called
isn't it?
4 Floors of Whores, right?
Which we went in, obviously not to give them our fucking money, just as a fucking out of curiosity.
Well, it's culture.
Yeah, how long did we last in there? About 5. I hated it.
It's fucking
it was
horrible.
It made me feel sick.
It's just I think that place is open fucking 24 hours a day.
It's watching the blokes go in, man. It's fucking makes my skin crawl.
It's so weird, isn't it?
It's so like it's the fact that something like that is so normalised in that setting. It makes me like uneasy.
Yeah, it's not normal.
You know, it's just like a fucking. It is just a transaction.
Yeah.
But
it's horrible. Yeah, so it's.
And they're all fat gopping blokes as well.
Well, yeah, they're not going to be getting lookers, are they?
Channing Tatum doesn't go to the 4 Floors of Whores, does he?
True. But yeah, so we went in there for like 5 minutes. That was the end of the night. But the main strip of bars is actually really good. There's just like loads of. It's kind of the same kind of music, isn't it? All the way down.
Yeah. Of the places that we've been to on this trip, Hamburg is the most kind of anglicised in terms of nightlife.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's good. It's a really good night out.
Yeah, it is.
Like last two nights out have been really good. And we thought, because Hamburg again, because it's like the kind of sex capital of Germany, I guess. I thought it'd be full of blokes, full of fucking stag dudes.
It's not actually.
But the ratio's decent.
Decent ratio, and a lot of locals as well. As in, like the girls that we bumped into.
They're all locals.
The girls we bumped into.
Yeah, bumped into.
Have all been locals, just that are out because it's their.
Yeah.
It's their local piss up, basically.
So their local piss up, and they've got a shit fella around it, would seem.
Yeah, you've met more birds with boyfriends who then proceeded to neck on when you. So that's good.
And you do know that.
Yeah.
So again, you know,
this is
I've
worrying.
just been drinking your water. That's good.
That's cheers. That cost me €3.
Go on.
Yeah, and this is where we need to pick up where we left earlier in the podcast.
Like this is something I was sceptical of, but
it's reaffirmed it for you.
Yeah. So one of my mates had just come back from Ibiza.
Shout out Jamie.
Right, I was gonna say he shall remain nameless, but no. Yeah.
We don't disclose his second name.
True.
I stole the word demonic from him, so I've got to give him a shout out.
That's true. But yeah, so he came back and he was like, "No way I'd ever let my missus get to fucking Ibiza."
Yeah.
Some of the shit he saw, some of the shit he like heard girls talking about, basically like overhearing girls chatting to their mates on the tail end of the holiday, saying, "Oh, I better delete all the evidence off my phone," or whatever.
That's shocking.
Like, "Oh, I better put my ring back on," or all this bollocks. It's just fucking horrendous. I was like, surely not. Surely it's not like that everywhere, because Ibiza's a bit of a fucking demonic place. So.
And then we've witnessed it as well, haven't we?
And we've experienced the same. Like, the girls just have no. Well, it's kind of like a little pushback. Like, think about it.
It's almost like this is how I see it. Having witnessed you do it with about 4 birds over the course of this holiday, it's like they announce that they've got a boyfriend, so it's like they still want to crack on. They just want you to dig out a bit more.
Yeah.
To make it worth their while. It's like, I've got a boyfriend, so you're just going to have to, like,
I started to feel bad, though. Because my chimp was at the wheel. I cracked on.
You still cracked on.
But I did start to feel bad. My conscience took over. Because I was thinking, if this was my bird, and she was in the reaper barn, just, like, getting round blokes.
That is mental.
That's just, you'd fucking... I don't know. Yeah, so again, the sanctity of relationships isn't looking good, guys. So
no. Well, how do you
vet your
attract birds with boyfriends though? It blows my mind.
Don't know.
It's almost exclusively all of the girls you've spoken to.
There's an underlying possibility that they just tell me they've got a boyfriend, so fuck off.
Yeah, we are skirting over the obvious here. They just tell you that because they fucking think you're a hat.
Maybe, yeah.
And
but
they
that
obviously
that wouldn't explain the.
They announced that they're single to me because they identify me as Essence.
Right. Yeah, I think we can establish that's probably not. So yeah, Hamburg's been really good. This is the end of the trip. So we're on our last day now, and we're just rotting basically.
Yeah, we are just rotting. So it's our rest day for the gym as well. So we haven't even done any fizz to shake off the hangover, have we?
No.
We've just basically accepted our fate. We're going to square this away, get it edited and good to go for tomorrow, and then we're just going to go and watch the Sunday football.
The good news is we didn't get our eyes pecked out by the fucking, what's it called? Swan. What, swan?
Seagull.
Seagull.
That's the bandwidth we're dealing with now. I can't even identify what a fucking seagull is.
A task for a 3-year-old.
But have we missed anything out before we kind of round off the episode with the usual segments?
We've missed a lot out, but we can't cover it all because we'll be here forever.
No, but the whole point of the overview episode when we get back and we can decompress a bit is that there will be more of a clear structure.
Oh yeah.
So we can actually say some more kind of profound things other than just the birds in Prague are fit and we don't like German culture.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you've got from this episode.
Yeah, they are the main take-home points.
Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got the latter segments to go through, so underrated, overrated, and then reason to be cheerful. So,
it's either underrated,
you've charmed me,
or it's overrated.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Should we go underrated, overrated first?
Yeah, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Underrated, overrated, CrossFit gym.
Ooh.
Not CrossFit. CrossFit gyms.
CrossFit gyms, massively underrated.
Yeah.
Because people associate them too closely with the cult of CrossFit.
Yeah. If you're using CrossFit gyms as like they're expensive. As like a drop in, like, you know, you're just doing your own thing in there. They're fucking class.
Because they've got everything that you could need.
I love that like box training culture.
Yeah, if you operate within kind of like the functional fitness
even if you
sphere,
don't, I think.
No, because the bodybuilders would be fucking lost in there, really.
Yeah, but that's their fucking.
That's what I mean. So if you operate within the functional fitness sphere, you can't ask for more than a CrossFit box.
No, I love that whole culture of like you can drop the barbells, you can take your shirt off, you can play fucking massively loud music.
Just get stuck in, basically.
Yeah,
it's
everyone's there grafting. No one's there like, you know, sapping. Basically.
Yeah, like you get in
commercial JD gym where we train. You've got half of the fucking clientele just strolling on the train.
Zone 1 in it on a fucking cross train.
Yeah, which is bold.
What a waste of fucking time, man.
That's not a training environment I associate with intensity. So when I'm trying to push myself and then I see my rest break, fucking
because then you my mom. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, because you're fucking digging out in a workout and you look over and there's someone, you know, effectively like in fucking heart rate zone 1 and you're out.
I know.
Just sobers you. It makes you feel bad for digging out.
And
then
also,
as well.
when we're doing our circuits and that,
yeah,
we get looked at like, oh, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, like we're
working.
Like we're the freaks when we're digging out in a gym, which is what you're there to do.
And so when you're in a CrossFit gym, that is super normalised, and it means that your ability to work hard and give intensity to a session is amplified because you feel like it's normal. It's the done thing. Everyone else is doing the same. So it's like that, like birds flying formation because they go faster and further with that.
We're about to get rained on, aren't we?
Nah, we're alright.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Alright.
Not long left anyway.
Rattle through this before we get a downpour.
Yeah. So underrated. We're gonna try and find
massively underrated. And I do understand why they are underrated because people do just associate them with the cult of CrossFit, which I am very critical of.
Yeah.
But a CrossFit gym in an open gym setting is class.
So good.
As long as you don't have to do all the shit prescribed fitness that is rubbish with CrossFit, and you've got basically carte blanche to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's fucking class. Because they've got all the techie equipment, so like, how
So
could you
good.
complain?
It's so good. Because they prioritise space and like quality of equipment rather than quantity of shit equipment.
Yeah.
Like a commercial gym would just have a contract with like Techno Gym and just fill their gym with shit equipment, so there's no space and it's just full of shit basically.
Yeah.
Whereas a CrossFit gym is the opposite. The owner will handpick what they think they need, and that's it.
Yeah, so to the uninitiated, CrossFit boxes look empty. It's like, well, what am I supposed to train here? Because there's not like a bicep curl machine or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you actually fucking tuned in and you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
it's a blank canvas. You can do what you want.
Exactly. You're like Bob Ross.
Yeah, you're like Bob Ross. You can fucking pull shit out of it anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna try and find one when we go back home to training. Cause
Yeah, because I'm no offence, I am better than JD Jim now. No offence to anyone that trains there, but I am better than you.
But again, it's that environment thing. I think it will just.
It'll
just level up the training.
So
a little
I've had 2 weeks of really
Meeting gyms.
intense fucking Zone 4 German CrossFitters as the background to my workouts now. So I can't go from that to Zone 1 Briley Hill JD
No.
Gym
We're gonna have to find one
because I will be
today,
depressed.
actually.
Yeah, we
We'll
will.
have a look. But yes, that's mine. I think that's probably a valid point. It's something we found out both of us this trip.
Yeah, okay. Again, this is very on brand for the theme of the episode. Underrated, overrated, German cuisine.
Ooh, overrated.
Shit. And in
Shit.
yeah, yeah. Not even underrated, overrated. It's fucking shit. So in the context of the UK, I guess this is kind of like German Christmas market.
Yeah.
Is most people's exposure to German cuisine? Is
I'll tell you German cuisine. I can do it in three.
Yeah, go on.
three
We'll
levels.
do it for anyone that's not fucking
Yeah.
been to a Christmas market.
Yeah, so it's beer,
yeah,
sausage,
Yeah.
and bread.
yeah.
That's it.
That's shit.
Yeah. That's bollocks.
Don't come to Germany for the food unless you like exclusively eating sausage and bread and washing it down with beer.
And what I will say though, on the other hand, is the Durham kebab is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I can get on board with the kebab, but again, that's technically Turkish, isn't it?
Okay,
That's a product of Turkish immigration. Traditional German food is fucking shit, ultra processed fucking bratwurst. Bread you can knock nails into,
Yeah,
and
true.
piss water beer with half his fucking Steiners a head.
And beer shit, we've covered beer.
We covered beer
shit.
last week. You
Go
know
and
what I feel
watch
about beer.
watch last
We've got to
week's
get through all
episode
this.
for that. So yeah, I agree. I think it's fucking.
It is overrated
bad.
because I've witnessed loads of tourists flock to traditional kind of German beer houses, and they're stuffing themselves with like bloody currywurst and all that.
Yeah.
And it's crap. You're only doing it because you're here. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't go out of your way to do it at home because
No,
there's far better options.
We've pretty much exclusively dealt in Italian and
Yeah.
Japanese food, so that's
Yeah.
good. So we just completely skated over the issue. We had currywurst once. It was average at best. It was pretty good.
I had my fill after one serving. Though,
Yeah, I
you know
couldn't
what
eat
I mean?
it all the time. Like we've had it where we've needed to, where there's nothing else on offer. The other thing is, we've found, which we do need to cover, is with cuisine. It's so difficult to eat healthily.
Yeah, it's like a fucking
Western world.
It's like an X-rated sport, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Go to a major city and try and find food with nutritional value.
And we actually looked out in Berlin and here because there's a chain called Dean and David, which is like basically healthy bowls of meat and vegetables, and that's all we want.
Like
Like,
Dean and David's class. If you're a fitness freak or a gym goer and you want healthy scran in Germany, go to Dean and David. Square
So
you away,
good.
it's class. And Vapiano's as well.
Mate.
You're in
What
love
is
with.
it?
I've exposed you to
yeah.
Vapiano's,
And now we
you're
are
obsessed.
going to have gone in three in 3 days.
Oh,
Right,
shit,
we're going to
it's
have to
good.
round this off. It's raining. Reason to be cheerful is the fact that we're now back into a routine and we can kick on with our fitness at a new CrossFit gym, and I can lean into my business coaching that I paid for 3 weeks ago and haven't fucking touched. So watch this space if you're on the fucking HS Fitness VIP program. We're going to take shit to a new level.
I want to go back to the UK and get wham.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Hope you've enjoyed the episode. It's now raining.
Yeah, we're
See
going to have to
you
wrap
in the
this
UK,
up. This
people.
is the first rain cancelled play
Yeah,
Brummy Brothers
yeah.
episode.
It's like the cricket.
We've been the Brummy Brothers. You've been amazing. Good night.